neighbor. They were messing around with a gun, bro, and my neighbor shot his homie, bro. Died.
So a little background story on my current situation. I've been working for like 2 weeks now. I just got back after taking like a 7-month long hiatus. I just took a break just to chill. I've been having trouble kind of like getting back into it. I feel a little rusty. I seem to be forgetting the flow of things, but it's okay because I knew that was gonna happen. It just sucks because you get a little frustrated sometimes, but I guess it's okay. It's all part of the job. But I'm gonna get to work. I was just chilling. Look at that. Hell yeah. Estimate is right here. It's something light, something easy. We'll take our time on it though. Make sure it comes out looking good. But first, I'm gonna go get a coffee. All right. Start the teardown process. It can be hard sometimes because you gotta take parts off without damaging them or damaging the metal. So if I do the top row first, if I do all these clips here, it'll allow me to peel it back a bit so that I can get to the bottom ones. All right, whatever. Broke one, it's all good. This tool I'm using is like the perfect size to grab onto the clip and then release it. Let's go ahead and do the inside. Take off the trim panel. Maybe I should switch the camera. The reason I gotta take the door panel off is to take off the handle, because the handle has a plug or connection on the inside of the door panel. All right, put this over here for right now. I might need to connect the door panel up again just to to put the window down so that I can take the molding out. I'm not 100%, we'll see right now. So this is the mirror, let's connect it. Fish the plugs through here. Be careful. Oh, easy money. Let's see if I can take off the belt molding without having to put the glass down. All right. So I'm just gonna put it here. All right, pretty much took the moldings off. Now I just gotta take the handle off. I don't even know what I'm looking at. 100. Oh. Whoops. So I got my line drawn here where my body line is at, and we'll use a wiggle wire. We're gonna bend it. We're gonna put the wiggle wire like so. We're gonna pull it, and you're gonna watch this dent pop out. Oops, it's a little hot. I'm gonna go to the top right there. How am I gonna do this? I don't know if I should pull it. I think I'm gonna pull it. Get in there. Well, that was okay, but it's not what I wanted. Try to use this one. There we go, way better. Okay. So now we got our line out. We still need to take some of this out, do some work in the middle. There is some waviness more towards the middle, and that's honestly probably just from the intrusion beam, where it's basically like seam sealed onto the door skin. We're not gonna worry too much about that. I'm just gonna focus on this. Got a little dent down here too. But we're still gonna keep this wiggle wire on just in case we need to pull again later. All right, so the camera zoomed in to the damage area. I'm gonna work it out little by little. You can kind of see the low spots with the reflection of the light. Kinda, maybe not really, but we're just gonna work it little by little. Always try to go, for example, if the dent is here, we try to work around first and then make our way to the middle. We're gonna give it some love taps right over here. That's just gonna help relieve some pressure. Make it a little bit easier for us to pull this deeper part out. Oops. Let me do this outer piece. I'll come back here in a little bit. Let's see. Oh, right there. You can kind of see the metal come out when I tug at it. When it relaxes back, it kind of goes back into its dented state. We'll just work on it some more. The more pressure we release around, the easier it'll come out. We're gonna try to work this out as much as we can. There's this dent down here. Check this out. This is a high spot right here, so I'm just gonna try to knock it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not trying to create a dent. I just want to push the metal back down to where it was. All right, that's good. And also, this body line was a little messed up. It was pushed in on the top, so if I just put a wiggle wire on the body line and pull it out right now, I'll have less problems later. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Beautiful. All right. So I'm gonna take these wiggle wires off, and then I'm gonna grind down any areas where we pulled out the dent, and we'll see how good it looks from there. Okay, so I went ahead and took the wiggle wires off, and there's still some work to be done up in this area. We're just gonna go ahead and pull that out before we grind anything, just so that we can just do it all at once. Okay, so you can kind of see here, anywhere that's black is a low spot. So we're just gonna have to keep working all these little black spots out little by little. And there's a bit of a, I don't know if you can see that, tin can effect right there. So once we pull this out, this will relax. But yeah, just gonna go a little bit more. So let's work this a little bit more. I'm tagging it, I'm pulling it, right? Putting some tension on it, and I'm tapping it a couple times. And when you tap it, it kind of sets it in place. Because I could pull it, you know, back and forth, tug on it, and you can kind of see the metal move. When I do that, it stays in place. We brought that line out a bit more, and it tightened this up a bit. I got my shrinking head. I turned up the heat on the machine and shrink this upper part here. So now, hopefully, we'll be able to pull it out and it won't be so loose anymore. It's feeling better. Oops. Done with the metal work. We're gonna do Bondo next. I gotta mix it, slap it on. I'm gonna mix it up and spread it out. So the goal is to spread it on there as smooth as possible. That way, when we sand it down, it's less work for us to kind of shape it. But we don't need to worry too much about that. We just want to try our best. As long as we try our best, whatever happens, happens. Just gonna go over here real quick. Just get a nice coat on there fast, and then we can go through and try to even it out. I can feel it starting to get dry, so I'm gonna have to move fast. I don't care too much about it looking pretty. I just want to make sure I'm covering what I need to cover. And there's a lot of different planes that we're dealing with here, so it's starting to get dry. We're just gonna leave it like that. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so I just finished up adding some material to the edge right here, just so that when I do begin to block, I'm not putting so much emphasis on trying to get the edge of where the Bondo ends to transition smoothly into the rest of the paint. But yeah, the important part here is just to cover our surface area, and then as we're blocking, we'll deal with our body lines, making sure they meet where they should, making sure they're even. good to me. Okay guys, so I'm pretty much done. I did put one skim coat of metal glaze just to kind of finish it off, give it one more block. And now it's gonna go over to the paint department. They're gonna primer it, and then we'll see how it looks from there. All right guys, it's looking good, but it's not done yet, so we're gonna have to wait and see what the finished product looks like. But so far so good. Check this out. Pretty good, pretty good. Check it. I think it looks good. Body lines look okay. Paint looks good. Color's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and reassemble it. It's probably the easiest process. It's the fastest, the easiest. So yeah, let me just get my things ready. So we just want to be careful. We don't want to scratch anything. Make sure we plug it in. Let's put our weather strip back on. When we tighten this up, we want to make sure that the handle's somewhat centered, just so that it looks good. So we're gonna put this door molding on. We'll see, maybe we gotta lube it up also. Might as well. Right there. Be a little patient. Which way? Which way? Right here. Oh, come on. Shake it up. You know, the cavity wax, it doesn't really matter if it looks pretty or not. The important part is that it's protected. And so now that we shot it with 2 layers of cavity wax, it should be fine to protect it from humidity, moisture, corrosion. All right. So slide this panel on. Let it sit in there. True stories. All right, we just gotta put moldings on, fasten up the bumper over here on the back end, and we're pretty much done, man. All right, so I got 4 moldings. So let's open this door. It's got this little ridge right here, this ridge. It's actually gonna sit behind the front door when it's closed. That's why you got to open the front door to put it on. So we'll go ahead and open the door a little bit too, because it's got to get underneath also. Ora. There we go. Slap this on. It's pretty good. All right. I think that's it. So I'm just gonna finish cleaning up, drive it to the front, and that's it, start the next one. So my pay period just ended yesterday. I was able to flag 135 hours in that pay period, so from October 1st to October 15th, which is not bad. Kind of slow, honestly. Chilling most of the days, but I would say that on average you at least want to get about 130 hours. That's decent in my opinion. I do get paid $31 per flag hour, so if you do the math, it's like 4,300, something like that, in a 2-week period. It's not bad. It's not bad. The more the better, obviously, but you know, work's been real slow. People don't want to get their cars fixed or something, I don't know. I would say that on average, 80% of the jobs we have in the shop are insurance-based jobs, and lately it's been like, I would say 50-50. 50% of the jobs coming in are self-pay, and the other 50 are insurance work. And I don't know, you really don't make any money off the self-pays. Customer pays, cash pays, you don't make a lot of money on that. But it's okay, we'll see. We'll see what this pay period brings. Started off kind of slow, but we're gonna stay optimistic.